let's talk photography. Today we're going to talk a little bit about lighting. Now, it's not actually cold in here, but this is a hat and toque, or a toque and scarf set that I got from the Squire shop in Cornwall, Ontario, and I just thought I'd take a picture of it. It's a really nice set, and goes well with a old-fashioned jean jacket and that kind of stuff, so we'll see. So basically what I've got set up here, if we take a look, is I have my X-drop backdrop and I've got a Westcott Rapid Box strip as the backdrop light, and I've got the Westcott Rapid Box Octa. And you'll notice that as far as the Octa goes, when I get back here to take the picture, I'm taking it right off the edge of the Octabox, and hopefully that'll give me some Rembrandt light. Usually does. And I'm using a Cam Ranger to fire my camera. So basically, what I do is I take my iPad and I'm going to just set the focus on the camera here. So I go to live view. I'm just going to step back a little bit, get in the right position, click on that, and now it's focused. And I'm just going to give a little bit of a squinch and a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a head tilt. And there's the picture. So, and then I get the actual view here on my iPad. I suppose I can show you. Takes a second to download, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway, there's the picture. It came out pretty good, and then of course that'll be brought into Photoshop and played with. But it does give a really nice Rembrandt light. And as far as settings go, I'm at 1/60th of a second at f2.8 ISO 100. My Octabox is at 1/16th power, and my rear light for the background is at 1/4 power. So that kind of shows you how that works, and you'll see the sample of the photo after it's been edited, and I'll show you how that works. So hopefully you can see here that it's a fairly simple setup. I mean, 2 lights, and really one of the lights is just for the background. I'm shooting with a Nikon D800E, so again, it's what kind of an image, what kind of a portrait can I get using a fairly simple setup. Nothing really expensive here. The D800E, when it was brand new, was expensive, but I bought it used and I got a great deal on it. So one of the things that I'm going to try to do is to take a look at budget ways of doing things. I guess you know, there's a guy, Ken Wheeler, called the Angry Photographer. I guess you could call me the Frugal Photographer. I don't have a lot of money to spend on this stuff, so I try to get the best possible results with what I have. And let me tell you, you can get some pretty great results with even just the 2 lights. And if you didn't have a second light, you didn't have a background light, what you could do is, I suppose, put a background in post. I do that sometimes, and even with this here, I'll probably put a background in. The lit background, though, gives you a little more opportunity to get the texture looking better in post than if you didn't have the background lit. And of course, as always, if you want to separate yourself from the background, the other thing you could do is just take that black background out, put a white one in, which I have, and then you don't have to worry about that. But it gives the image a whole different mood. I like my images to be kind of on the dark side and that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you're from Cornwall, give the Squire shop a visit. I don't know if they still have these hats and toques and scarves, but they're a great deal. And let me tell you, they are very warm, and I'm getting hot, so I'm going to say see you later. Okay, so I was talking about the Cam Ranger that I use. Cam Ranger is a remote wireless system. You just plug it into your camera, and then you download the Cam Ranger app for your iPad or your iPhone, or it also works with Android phones. And then you can control your camera from your iPad, which is really good for a number of things. First of all, as you saw in the video where I was doing my self-portrait, I was using my iPad to focus, and you can focus right in on the eye. And I'll often get a lot of people ask me that question: how do you get such clear focus on your eyes doing self-portraits? Well, with the Cam Ranger, it's very easy. Now, this is the first version of the Cam Ranger. There are new Cam Rangers that are out. I haven't tried them yet. There's a version 2, and I think there's a Cam Ranger Mini also that you can get. And excuse me, especially during this COVID-19 lockdown, to keep on practicing portraits, I'm doing all self-portraits. So this is invaluable for that. Also really good for stuff like macro photography, where you don't want to touch the camera, you don't want any camera shake whatsoever, and you can control your camera from your iPad. They also make what looks like a swivel system so that you can actually move your camera around. Now that I've never tried, and I've never actually seen working. So I'm not quite sure how that would work, but that'd be something else that certainly would be handy. So the Cam Ranger is a really good little tool. If you like doing and practicing self-portraits, and not only that, the nice thing about it is even when I have a client over for a photo shoot, what you can do with the Cam Ranger is if they have an iPad or an iPhone, they can get the client app, and they can see every photo that you shoot, so they can say, oh yeah, I really like this one, or no, I don't like that one, and you can make note of that as you're going along. Plus, rather than take your camera off the tripod, go and show them what the picture looks like, then put your camera back on the tripod and do that numerous times. You can, what I do is I usually set my iPad up on a table, I take the picture, they can just lean over like this, they can look at the picture that I've taken, and they can tell me whether they like it or not, and I just make note of that, and it makes it a lot easier when it comes to post-processing. So a handy little tool for anyone out there. The other thing that I use that I really like is the X-drop backdrop. If you watch I did a little time-lapse video where I put it up, take it down, take a couple of pictures, and it's over. It goes up very fast. This one here I bought with the black background, then I bought a white background, and then I bought a vintage gray Westcott Glyndewis model background, which is absolutely fantastic background for doing portraits. And the difference between the Glyndewis vintage gray and these are cloth. The one that I got, the vintage gray, I got it in vinyl. It's a little bit heavier, not quite as easy to get on the stand as these are, but it's a really, really nice background. So I hope that helps. This is basically how I do my portraits, and I'll be doing some more, and I'll show you some of the results from different lighting setups. So I hope you enjoyed. Keep shooting, and let's talk photography.